Hello and welcome. In this video, we will explore some of the string operations in Python. Alright. Now, here I will say state is equal to Uttar Pradesh. Okay. I am storing a string in this variable. Now, I will print it out. I will say print and state. When I run this, I get Uttar Pradesh as result. Alright. Now, to determine the number of characters in a string, we can use the length function. Okay. So here I will say len, which is short for length, and in brackets I will have state. Alright. So now when I run this, it gives 13 as the output. Each character in Uttar Pradesh is counted, including the space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are 13 characters in this string. Alright. Now, let me change this to Goa. And let me run this. And it says this string Goa has 3 characters. Alright. So using length function, we can determine the number of characters in a string. Alright. Next, we can repeat a string multiple times using the star operator. Okay. So let me delete it and let me show you how to use the star operator. So state is the name of this variable, and here I will say star 2. And now when I run this, I get Goa and Goa, or in other words, I get this string repeated 2 times. If I change this to 4 and if I run this, I get Goa, Goa, Goa and Goa 4 times. Alright. So we can use this star operator to repeat a string multiple times. Okay. Next, here I will say text1 is equal to Uttar and text2 is equal to Pradesh. Alright. Now we can combine these 2 strings using the plus operator. For example, here I will say text1 plus text2. Alright. When I run this, I get Uttar and Pradesh. Uttar and Pradesh have been joined together. Right? Now, here there is no space. To give a space between these two, we will have to modify this like this. Text1 will be Uttar, and then there is a space here in between double quotes plus text2, which will be Pradesh. So when I run this, I get Uttar and Pradesh together. Alright. Next, we can iterate through a string using a for loop, and you know how to do it. Right? So here, let me delete this and say state is equal to Goa. And here I will say for char in state print char. Okay. When I run this, we get G, O and A. Correct? So you know how this works. Next, let us use some string methods. Let me clear this and explain you what a method is. Method is equal to function. Okay, we have learnt about functions, right? We have been using some inbuilt functions like length, range, print and a few others. And we have also learned to define functions, right? So method is nothing but a function. But this method is of a class or an object. Alright. Now here I will say state is equal to Goa. Now if I print the type of it says class string, meaning this string is a class. Now what is a class? I will teach you this later in the series. Okay. But string is a class and classes have methods. Okay. If you go to Google and search for string methods in Python, you will get a lot of results. If you go to any page, then you can find a list of methods that can be used with strings. Alright. So all these are methods. What are methods? Functions. So all these are functions that can be used with strings. And to access these methods, we use a dot operator. Alright. So let me show you how it works. So here I will clear this and remove this. Now, first I will show you how to convert this string to uppercase. To convert this string to uppercase, I will type state and then a dot and upper. Okay. Along with this, we need two brackets. Alright. By using a dot, I am accessing this method or function of this object. Okay. Now, when I run this, I get GOA in capital letters or uppercase. Okay. So this method converts a string to uppercase. And the upper method is somewhere here. Alright, converts a string into uppercase. And in the same way, we have lower method also. So I will clear this and I will use lower. When I run this, I get GOA in lowercase. Our original string had G in uppercase. So this was converted to a lowercase when we used this method or function. And to use this method or function, we used a dot operator. Okay. Next, let us learn to replace a substring. So here I will say name and I will say my name is Ravi. Alright. And here I will say name 2 is equal to name dot replace. and in brackets I will say Ravi, and I will give a comma and I will say Anita. Okay, and then I will print name 2. All right. Now I stored this string in this variable, and then I accessed the replace method of the string name using a dot, and then in the brackets I said replace Ravi from this string by or with Anita. So what this replace method does is it finds Ravi in this string and then it replaces Ravi with Anita. Alright. So now when I run this, I get my name is Anita as output. Okay. After replacing, I am storing the result in this variable and I am printing it out. Okay. The original string remains unchanged. So if I remove this and if I run it, I get my name is Ravi. So this is not modified. Okay. To modify this string, we can say name is equal to name dot replace Ravi and Anita. Alright. So now when I run this, I get my name is Anita. We are replacing Ravi with Anita and then storing it in this variable name. So this will be modified to my name is Anita and will be stored here. And then we are printing it out. Alright. Yes. Next, we can find a substring's index using find method. Meaning, we can find the position of a word in a string using the find method. So let me show you how it works. I will delete this and here I will have this in a print function. Alright. And then I will remove this. Now I am using the find method. Find method searches the string for a specified value and returns the position of where it was found. So if I want to find where Ravi is, I will say find and in brackets I will say Ravi. Okay. When I run this, I get 11 as the output. Meaning Ravi starts at index 11. You know what indexing is, right? So this is index 0, this is index number 1, space is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and then Ravi starts at index 11. That is what it is saying. Okay. So I will clear this and I will say my. And when I run this, I get 0 as the output because my starts here at the 0 index number. Alright. In the same way, there are a lot of methods that can be used on strings. So what I advise you is to go ahead and go to a website and try some of the methods on your own. Okay. So this is it for this video. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.